It's Friday afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock. Finally getting down to a farm that we listed this week. I just got it up last night. I don't expect that one to last very long. It's about 36 acres, just under. It's got a pond on it that's about 1.7 acres. Pretty good sized pond. And right off the highway, just southeast of Des Moines by Carlisle. So pretty high demand area. Those people looking to commute with a spot to either enjoy the weekends or potentially build on. Just a ton of interest in that piece. So we're gonna head down there and try to get a sign out on it. I've had so many people call in such a short amount of time. I kind of got caught off guard and didn't have a sign out yet. And I'm just worried somebody's gonna end up stumbling around on the wrong property if we don't get a sign down here pretty quick. So. So I'm standing here in front of a sign we just put up. This is a 35-acre farm, just over 35 acres. It's southeast of Des Moines, just outside of Carlisle, Iowa. And the unique thing about this property is it's right off the highway, but you feel like you're miles from anywhere. It's pretty isolated. There's a river that runs through it, nice pond in the middle of the property, and it's absolutely what the majority of people that we're dealing with right now, what they're looking for. And so this piece of property, it checks a lot of boxes. To illustrate that point, there's people walking it right now, and it hasn't even been on the market for 24 hours, and we've already had 5 showings on it. So it's priced at what I would consider typically the top of the market, and right now it's like, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter, but it almost doesn't matter what the price is. People are looking and they're hungry to buy ground. So that's how you define a seller's market, when all of the attributes that line up for the market in favor of the seller to put a property out there and get it sold quick and at a premium. That's a seller's market, and that's absolutely what we're experiencing. We're seeing that not only on smaller recreational pieces like this, but really almost any type of ground. There's a few cases that are kind of on the fringe, as with anything, but recreational pieces inside of an hour of Des Moines, super hot commodity right now. And then your tillable is also coming up. You've got a really low demand. We can maybe show a graphic that we put together over the past couple years. If you look at 2018, 2019, and last year in 2020, the number of farms year over year continues to drop. The number of farms available to the market for public sale. Right now, I would say we're probably even higher than those 2020 numbers. I think here early in 2021, we're probably around that 120 mark already. So there's a lot of optimism in the market, a lot of investors that are looking to farmland. We had some volatility early in 2020 as it related to COVID. Those people pulled funds out and are looking for farms, and there's just not a lot on the market. They want that stable investment. There's just not a lot out there. So right now is not a great time if you're wanting to get into some farmland or recreational ground to sit on your hands and just kind of wait for that perfect piece before you do anything. You need to be talking to your lender. You need to be reaching out to an agent that you're working with, or whoever your resource is, to help guide you through the process in making that purchase and getting all your ducks in a row, so that when a piece comes available that you're interested in, get on it right away, and come prepared, make your offer, position your offer in a way that shows that you're serious and able to make the purchase. One of the things here recently that we just created is something we're calling the Insider Network. We'll flash that number up here. Like I said, we're referring to it as the Insider Network. It's just a texting platform. So if you text the word land to the Insider Network phone number, as soon as we get a listing, we'll text it out to that number before it goes anywhere else. And in that way, hopefully, you know, if you're one of these people that's ready to go and has everything lined up and ready to make that purchase, that piece of property comes across your phone, you'll see it and have an opportunity to get it before anyone else. So that's why we're doing it. We're pretty excited about that, and hopefully it's a benefit for everybody that participates. But we got the sign on the property here for this 35. We got to go up the road and drop one more off real quick, and then we got to head across town over to Redfield on the west side of Dallas County and put a sign up over there as well. So better get to it. Yeah, we've been seeing a tremendous increase in demand, so I'm sure that helped.
Yeah, well, you know, stocks are one thing. Land's not going to go anywhere. The stocks can kind of dwindle down to a little bit of nothing from time to time. They seem to always come back, but yeah, there's people with money, and got to do something with it. So
yeah. Well, like I said, appreciate the opportunity, and hopefully you guys were satisfied and happy with everything.
Yeah, well, I thank you. I think you did a good job, and yeah, thanks for everything you did.
There's 23 acres here just on the east side of the road, and then adjacent to it there's another 56 acres. Guy ended up buying both pieces, and then now we've got this little 6-acre piece here that's kind of right on the corner, tucked in with both of those. This is a little 6-acre piece of property we have. Just came back on the market. We put it up for sale last fall and ended up closing on it, and the gentleman that bought it, he had plans to come in here and build, and shortly after they closed decided that he wasn't going to build here. He found something, I guess, in a different area that he liked better, so asked us to put it right back on the market. And they've come through and done quite a bit of cleanup work. There used to be, right where we're standing, there used to be a pretty big shed that was just chock full of junk. There was a big trailer here, I mean, all kinds of debris. There was an old car, and they've gotten a lot of that stuff cleaned up. Still use a little bit of TLC, but it's pretty property, great little place to build. I'm sure it's going to get a ton of interest here as soon as we get all the marketing rolled out, but got to get the signs back out. It's like we just took them down and we're putting them back up, so that's part of it. Sometimes things don't work out the way you expect, and the gentleman changed his mind, and luckily for us, liked working with us enough that trusting us to get it back out there and get it sold for him. So get on it. Well, let's see. Got that Guthrie County 44-acre farm closed today. Just launched that 35-acre, 36-acre farm over in Warren County, and just got signs out on that one, and then came and hit up this Redfield 6-acre piece. Got some signs on that. So pretty quick afternoon, just getting a few things done. We needed to wrap up here before the weekend. Usually the weekends when you see a pretty good spike in activity when people are looking for farms. So we'll be at the Deer Classic next week, showcasing the properties we have, just out kind of shaking hands, meeting people, and trying to stay away from COVID the best we can, but also trying to get out there and do our job for our clients to market our properties. So, but all in all, good week here for us at the office. We had a great meeting last night with the team, and everybody's kind of getting energized and fired up for the spring here, and ready for the snow to be gone, get out and sell some farms. So it's just one of those, I'm guessing you understand by what you said when I first answered about trying to get it before it disappears. The market's just on fire right now, just not a lot available, especially in that area. And so I think we had 7 offers yesterday that came through, and they ended up negotiating with the highest and ended up getting it sold. So all right, sorry about that.
Okay, thanks, Chuck.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So at the beginning of this episode, we were talking about kind of the market and properties like that 35 acres there in Carlisle. What ended up transpiring is we had, as I said, roughly 30 or so people or groups come out there and take a look at it. Received, in a matter of 4 days, we received 7 offers, and the property went pending under contract for $60,000 over asking price, roughly $60,000. So it's I knew the demand for that piece of property was going to be incredible, but that's not the kind of thing we see typically here in Iowa, especially in the land business. That much competition for a piece of property, as a buyer, it makes it difficult. You absolutely have to be 100% ready to rock and roll once you find that right piece. So it's tough, it's challenging, but it's a good time to be in the business for us, and exciting to deal with those kinds of transactions that you typically only hear of in like San Francisco or something like that. So, but kind of a crazy weekend, super busy, so decided today to take a quick little break and spend a couple hours out on the farm doing some shed hunting, and we'll see how that goes. But expecting we should find a few. Next week we'll try to bring that to you. We'll bring you what we end up finding today. We've got our fingers crossed that we're going to pick up the other side of that buck that we found the shed from last time we were out here. Big 10 point we've been hunting for a few years. So, but we'll bring you that on next week's episode. Appreciate you guys watching. Always appreciate the attention. Leave us a comment of what you're enjoying with these shows and what you'd like to see more of. We're trying to pull back the curtains a little bit on the real estate business and what we do, and trying to help inform and educate and give you guys a little bit of a resource to lean on that, you know, is basically unbiased. So appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you guys next week.